today we're travelling down to Bournemouth to have a look at another Supra. This one is a single turbo one. It is running about 550 brake. The owner has kindly lent me the keys to it. So I'll go for a little drive, make some noises, see what you think of the sounds, and see what you think of the car. This is Owner George, who was kind enough to lend me the car. If you could just tell us what you've done to achieve, the power you've got now.
So it's single turbo with a boost logic manifold, a teal 44mm wastegate, ID 725 or 750 injectors.
Yeah.
AEM Infinity ECU standalone, 3-inch downpipe. 450 fuel pump. I think that's it. Automotive fuel pressure regulator. That's it.
Obviously, you had the car as a TT before.
Yep.
How do you feel about the difference in power and how the power comes on?
Well, I had a NA Auto before, and like now, it's just like driving my NA Auto. It's quite economical, very smooth. And then when it comes on boost, it's an animal. They're two different cars.
Yeah.
It's split personality now. So yeah, I love it. It's what I wanted from a Supra.
Yeah. Do you miss a low down torque in the country roads, or I suppose when you're on the motorway you're smiling anyway?
Yeah, I do miss low down torque. When the power comes in, it is hard to put it down. Even with 285s on the rear, it still lights them up on anything that's not a warm day. But it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, today's not the best day to be doing a review on a high power Supra, but it's England.
but we still managed to. After 20 minutes drive, the tyres are warm. It stayed in a straight line. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the noise of it as well, which I'm sure you've heard from the engine earlier, it makes you smile every time.
Screamer pipe.
Yeah.
Anyone I take for a spin in it that's never been in a Supra before can't believe the angry sound it has. Mine's quite tame in terms of single turbo setups. I'm only running about 550, 525 brake, whatever it is. So yeah, as far as it goes, mine's quite tame, but it's still an absolute animal.
Do you think you go for more power in the future? Are you quite happy with?
Not as a road car. No. This is more than sufficient.
Yeah.
I think I'd lose my licence if I went any faster than what I am.
No, I mean, thank you for lending us your car today.
Anytime.
I really appreciate that.
But anyone thinking about going single, bang for buck, it transforms a car. It's monsters. It's monstrous.
I mean, a lot of people are quite shy about saying what they've spent. Do you mind telling us roughly what you spent on the single setup?
I got a couple of bits second hand. I think the actual single turbo mechanical side of it was about £3,000.
Yeah.
And the ECU side of it was about 2.5 mapped and installed. So probably, if you said £6,000 with anything I've encountered along the way, but that's to transform it from BPU, which is about 350 to 400, up to a sensible 550 without having to do major engine mods. So yeah, money well spent. I
mean, I've had to admit, I think it's definitely worth it. It puts a smile on your face every time.
And the auto, they go quite hand in hand together.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen the auto box before. The kick down and the way it handles the power is amazing. I mean, a lot of people would knock auto, but the auto Supra is the
Yeah.
best auto I've
You've got
ever driven.
4 gears.
Yeah.
First one does 40 something, I think. You very rarely on a single get a chance to see the speedo until you back off. But I think it's about 40 the first, 80 odd the second, and then the third just keeps pulling until you back off.
Yeah.
So you point and go.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone that hasn't driven an auto and thinks bad of it, go and drive one, and I'm sure your opinion will be changed.
Yeah, I was the same. I never wanted auto. I drove it, and I almost prefer them to a manual. They're completely different cars.
Well,
how the power handles.
Harry's manual, I've just been driving whilst Harry was doing the review, and I'm not fussed on either. I wouldn't say one was better than the other. I like both.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to rush out and go manual because I've just driven a manual. I'm quite happy with the pair.
Yeah, I mean, there's gearbox. It's £100 you can buy second hand.
Yes.
A manual box, you're looking at 5,000 quid.
And there's companies that can build them for a couple of grand.
Yeah, to handle a lot of power.
This will take 600 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's got additional coolers as well, actually. Forgot to mention that. It's got 2 SRD twin coolers on it, which keeps the fluid low, temperature low. But yeah, it hasn't missed a beat since I've been running this power. It starts every time.
Yeah.
It's just the fuel gauge moves a bit too quick.
I have noticed that, yeah. We've done about half a tank, maybe a bit less.
In what, 20 miles?
Maybe that, yeah.
But we're all smiling, aren't we? So.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, yeah, thank you again for this.
You're welcome, no worries, Harry.